You are in the huddle. Hut, hut, hut.
You're live on air, so go ahead and hammer down on it.
I'm just going to read you a couple of verses from the Bible just to get you going this week.
I'm going to get you fired up here.
It says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these other things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." So we're going to go down there Friday and we'll take the kingdom, and we're going down there and take the kingdom.
Well, where are we going to take the kingdom from, Paul?
Down there at Joe Burns. We're going to take the kingdom from them.
Hey, that's a good thought. I'd like to go down there and take it from them. But hey, let's talk about this Travis County game. What do you think about that? I mean, was you excited Friday night?
I was. I was jumping up and down, bouncing up and down. I wanted to jump the dang fence. I was excited.
I thought you was going to at one point. I was about to send you a message down there along the sideline. We was going to take the goalpost down. But I figured, we was on a tight budget and probably didn't need to do that.
Yeah,
we do need some new goalposts, though.
I think you're correct. I think we need to leave our goalpost up for a little while, at least to the end of the season. Then if we win enough games, we might take it down to the end of the season.
Hey, that's a good idea. Maybe at the end of the season we'll go down there and just, rip them bad boys down.
Put in a new one next season.
Maybe we'll be, a couple rounds deep in the playoffs, and I think that'd be a good way to end it and just take them goalposts right on down.
Right, and we might even do like Ole Miss did and take a share of it home with us.
Yeah. Which piece would you like to have off that?
It don't matter to me. It's all a piece of history.
There you go. It's a piece of history. Them things are older than dirt, but hey.
But we'd still like to have a piece to take home with us.
I tell you what we did there in that Hartsville game. We did something that no team I ever played on won, and I posted this on Facebook the other day. And from the time I was 6 years old to the time I graduated high school, my senior year, we never beat Hartsville.
My teams didn't either, so
there's a lot of teams that hadn't,
So that's quite an honor for you guys, for you young guys, to be a team that beat Hartsville, and it's something I think you should hang your hats on and be proud of.
Yeah, and every time Hartsville. Going when Hartsville collided over the years, it seems like Hartsville's always been ranked real high in the state, and they actually were again. What were they ranked, 6?
They were ranked number 6, and my dad actually had a chance. He actually had a chance to talk to some of those Hartsville folks down there at his work in Lochinvar, because he works with a couple of them, and he asked them. He said, "Did you hear about Gornsville beating Trousdale County?" And one of the guys said, "No. Most time, even when we play at Gornsville, we see them as a homecoming when we're at Gornsville or at our place, because we've always beat them. So we kind of spoiled their homecoming, so to speak."
There you go. Hey, we put it on them. Oh, but yeah, man, I think when you play Hartsville, you just for us anyway, for Gornsville, they may look at us that way, but I think we've always seen them as, hey, they're our rival. And we've competed with them so many years. Every year we played them. My junior and senior year, I know we were playing them for the region championship, or at least a piece of it, And
but like you say, kids, I mean, or not kids, but young adults or young men.
Old people are watching. I mean, what do you say to the old people?
Or like y'all say, to all of you, the fact of the matter is, if that's the way they look at us, the fact that they consider us this easy win, then we need to take that. We need to take that hard every year and go and lay the smack down on these boys, because they're seeing us as easy, and well, you beat them this year, so you can beat them in the future too.
That's right. I think they're gonna have a tough time beating the couple teams we got coming up. Our younger classes are actually, a lot of them are on the field. I was looking at that the other night on our offensive side of the ball. We're still looking strong next year. Now, when you look at that, you say, hey, you only score 9 points in a game, and 2 of them come from the defense. And we had, maybe they said, well, we struggled to score. We're playing a good football team for one, and a lot of those kids are sophomores and juniors, with the exception of a couple seniors. Now, on the other side of the ball, most of them are seniors, and they stepped up. to shut out Hartsville.
Of course, next year and the next year after that, we're going to have to replace a lot of the guys. But still, I mean, we've got a good young group of guys coming back off that junior high team, and they're going to be hungry. So I don't think we have any trouble at all replacing the defense and bringing in some more young firepower.
I can't say this. I think it's going to be hard to replace that defense. I think we got the coach to do it. But the defensive side of the football, just in my personal opinion, looking back, even over last season, there were some games that, maybe our offense was struggling to score, but we were still in the ball game because of our defense. And, defensively, I think we got one of the better coaches in the state. And that's just my opinion.
And saying that, it shouldn't be all that much difficult replacing our defense because we do have that good defensive coach, and he can bring out the best out of whoever.
That's right. I agree with that. Offensively, we put up a lot of points against Salina, and we actually scored quite a few points against a good Watertown team. I think we've scored more points on Watertown than anybody did. You take Smith County, that game's always played on emotion, and we moved the football well. We just got to keep sticking it in the end zone and defense playing tough. And, hey, I think Gornsville is not only – you look at Tennessee, and there was a surprise. They were one of the top 5 surprises in the state of Tennessee was when Gornsville beat Hartsville. And, hey, I think there's going to be some more teams surprised down the road.
Yeah, I would agree with that because they're coming in there with these high expectations and seeing us as being a pushover, but we're not, and we're playing with a lot of heart and we're playing with a lot of passion. And I look for this team to pull a bunch of upsets and surprise a bunch of people, like you say, and move ahead and do some good things.
That's right. Hey, one thing that we didn't make the same mistake as Baxter again the other night, and I remember you telling me this. And Paul Martin, I'm gonna give you credit for calling this one. You said special teams would win that football game, and I believe that's true because our special teams, for one, our kicker did a good job keeping it out of the hands of that punt returner that we know can return punts because we've seen him return a kickoff at Baxter. So I think our special teams did awesome as far as just not kicking it to the kid, and when they did,
and
not to call fair catch.
Not to mention, like you say, we didn't kick it to them. And if you think about it, the field position game led to our safety because we backed them up to the 10-yard line, so that led to the safety. And even keeping it away from Hartsville, the field position game probably led to our touchdown too. So I mean, if you can win and flip the field position in your favor, it sure don't hurt.
Oh no, not at all. Our defense, I think, what did we count? 1, 2, 4 times.
Well, I take that back. The defense led to the touchdown because the kid intercepted the ball and got us the ball on the 20-yard line. But
that goes back
defense and special teams goes a long way.
That kid, here's what my point was. We picked that one pass off. Okay. He knew what was coming. We had done
made him aware of it on film. We said watch the flat pass.
That comes from good coaching, and
we even knew it. We said on the film. We said watch the flat pass. They're going to throw it out in the flat.
Yeah, you hardly ever see them throw the ball downfield. They hit the flats, and that was their game plan, and our kids were prepared, and they knew that. So, to be able to jump that route, you have to be well prepared and well coached. So,
and give credit to Dakota Washer. He was ready for it, and he made a play on it and intercepted the ball.
He breaks one tackle and he's in the end zone. Now we had a little tough luck right before halftime. They fumbled the ball
and we were tackled at about their 5-yard line, and the clock run out, but. I still have to give them credit for the intensity and the hustle.
I mean, that's probably the most intense Gornsville team I've seen since the 2012 year. I mean, there's no two ways about it. They hit people, and at one point, I remember hearing a pad pop that I hadn't heard pop up there in a long time. And our linebacker, the little Talon, he hammered that kid in the hole, and it was like it was second nature to him. He popped that kid. And, hey, when you hit people like that, they as an offensive player, when the defense is hitting you like that, you hesitate. And old Coach Wills, my old coach, had a little saying, and he always said this. Every time I would hesitate, he would quote it again, and he'd quote it again. I heard it over and over, and it says, he would say, "He who hesitates is lost," and he was right. And you know, they don't know what to do mainly, but even if they're not lost, you can make them lose themselves when you start popping them in the mouth, and that's what it takes. It's just good, intense football like we seen Friday night, and I hope we see it again. I'm anxious to see if we see the same intensity Friday night. Now, I know sometimes playing a team like Joe Burns, we hadn't had a real big history with them over the years. They're not a real close rival. We've been thrown in that Western bracket, and you know, we got them, and you might not get as pumped up as you would against somebody like Hartsville, and just. But I'm hoping they come out with the same intensity and just wear them boys out, and if they do, we'll have no problem handling that team.
And while we're talking about like quotes, one of my coaches, Bob Dillard, used to say, "Everybody's got a strategy till they get hit in the mouth."
That's right. I mean, you can throw that out the window. That was a good plan.
So they can have their perfect strategy. Joe Burns can, but. Is that perfect strategy going to change when we keep hitting them in the mouth? That's the question.
I can promise you, it'll change. And I hope we play with that intensity Friday night. And, you know, it goes back to the crowd, too. Friday night, I heard the crowd more than I had in a long time up there. I could hear them cheering.
It was loud, and I even brought the old Texas A&M bullhorn or cattle bell out, or cattle bell, or whatever you want to call it. I shook it a little bit, and man, them kids were jacked.
They were jacked up. They weren't quite as jacked up as you are right now, but hey,
they almost had my emotion, but they got close. They got close, and I had a few of them this week say. Matter of fact, one of the kids was at Revival, and he said, "You coming to the game Friday night?" So they want me there, man. They want me there, so I can get them pumped up.
I'll give you a ride there, buddy. We'll make sure you get there, because hey, if you do get down there and get them fired up, man, they liable to hurt somebody, Paul. I mean, wouldn't you feel bad? No, it's football.
That's football. That's what you play the game for.
That's football. You expect that. If you don't want to get hurt, go play soccer or something. I don't know. Soccer may be violent. I don't watch it. But hey, play a less intense. Maybe ping pong might be your game.
Yeah.
Maybe try for like spelling bee championships. You know.
Or maybe even have a pie eating contest.
There you go. Nobody gets hurt in a pie eating contest. How about me and you have a pie eating contest?
We're already 100-pound overweight. We don't need to get no more.
You're on the verge of diabetes.
Yeah, so we have to. I have to pass up the pie eating contest with you, man.
All right. Well, maybe we need to do it now and then start getting in shape. Let's do it before we start getting in shape.
You know, I never was much of a fan of pies, but I do like them little old Crystal burgers.
Hey, they are pretty good. We had a few them the other day, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Almost. We couldn't afford the sack full. We got a half a sack full, didn't we?
Yeah. All right, you ready to move on to Joe Burns and talk about him a little bit now? You reached in the huddle.
Hey, man, ain't no kidding, man. I was calling you back. My granny called me, man. I just got off the phone with her, man. So I was dialing in a minute ago. But, hey, man, I was wanting to talk some football. Hey, we went down there to Travis County, son, and just, or they come to us, you know, up here at Lawrenceville, Travis County, man, and we put on a defensive clinic, man. Perfect, man. Perfect. Now, I really didn't catch it, man. I don't know if we run the 12th man or not, man. It was, if they did, they run it to perfection because nobody caught it, man. We was all over them dudes in the backfield, man. And, hey, one time, which it might have been the 12th man down there that got that safety at the end of the game that really put them away, man. That sealed the deal, man. But that was a flawless defensive performance. I thought our offense, man, getting that kid the ball, son, he was running like a freight train, man. And, plowing over people. I thought one time, some poor old kid, man, I think his face mask went up around his forehead and that kid run over him, man. Just chew, son. He just running over people, freight training them. And that's what you got to do, things like that, man. And you know, I was looking, man, I was reading on the on your newspaper there on the internet, your internet newspaper, and you know, we was in there as one of the surprises in week 5, man, beating Travis County in Tennessee, number 6 Travis County, and hey, they can flip that 6 upside down now because they're gonna be ranked back to number 9 or more because we put a whooping on them. Hey, that's what you got to do, man. Just keep focused and move forward. And hey, we're going into a good Joe Burns team, man. We went up there other day, my man, old ladies out riding back roads, man, and sipping on some sauce. And hey, I thought I got a good idea, man. I tell you what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna cut some donuts right here in the middle of Joe Burns' field, man, from the goal line to goal line, man. And hey, I tell you what, I pulled up there, man. I got ready to stomp down on the old 4-wheel drive, and I looked up, and guess what? Somebody done beat me to the punch, man. Somebody done donuts all over that field, just circles from one end to the other, and man, they can't drive too good, man. The donuts didn't even look perfectly round. I was gonna do some good ones, man. Maybe spell out the old lady's name or something, man. And that may have been what they was trying to do, is spell our old lady's name out, man. But they just misspelled it or something, man, because it just didn't look quite right. But hey, man, we got to do something, man. We got to take and run this ball at the right end, man. I've been watching him on film. I think we can take him, man. We're going to have to go to the right end and take him and run it off our right side. Is what I'm trying to say, man. We got to do that, and I think we can hammer down on him. Now, they do got a good little running back, man. He's pretty tough. He looks pretty tough. I heard that it might have been his old lady that did the donuts out there, man. And maybe she was spelling his name out. She was the prom queen. And, you know, them prom queens up Joe Burns all got 4-wheel drives, man. Dates all the way back to the 80s. They've been driving 4-wheel drives with their prom queen. And, hey, man, I think we can take them, man. If we play some good defense like we did the other night, ain't nobody going to beat them, man. They're going to be tough. It's gonna be, if it's hard to score on you, it's hard to beat you. You know, if you can't put points on the board, you gonna win if you can't let them get points on the board. So hey, that's what we got to do, man. And hey, I'm excited about going back up there, man. And hey, if we win, I might get out there and cut me an extra donut or two after the fact, you know. But hey, I'll holler at you fellas later, man. Just wanted to talk some football with you. And I'll see you.
Move on to Joe Burns. We kind of studied a little game film on him. And old Paul, give us the breakdown of what we seen.
Well, what we've seen on film is they've got a little number 22 on offense, and he likes to run the trap. And when I played in practice, that trap, it wasn't a lot of fun. I tell you, for all you old folks that are out there listening, that trap. It's where one of the linemen, he'll hold you up, and then you better get real low, because there's gonna be another guy shooting in from an angle, and he's gonna hit you in your keyhole, as they like to call it, and if you don't get low, you're going down. So you got to get low, fight through the tackle, and stop that trap, because if you don't, that number 22 is going to have a heyday.
Hey, that kid didn't run hard. I mean, to me, he stood out on the field for them.
But we've got to stop the trap. That's their big play.
He is a good little athlete. Not only on offense, he played defense well. Now, I'm not singling anybody out, but offensively, I think they got a couple spots on their field that we can aim at and do some damage. You know, and not to say anything bad about the other team, but they just don't play with that fire defensively.
Yeah, when we've got the ball,
especially over that right side.
When we've got the ball, they've got a number 32 that's I'm gonna say is pretty lazy, because from what we've seen on film, the guy must be just completely looking up in the stands at his girlfriend, because he definitely ain't paying attention to the game.
No, here's gonna be my take on it. Now, we watched the same kid at 32 go into the backfield, and he run with a lot of determination. Now, my old coach used to tell me, hey, there's some kids that are just, they got a defensive mentality. and some have an offensive mentality. They want to be the kid to score the touchdown. And some people just want to line up at linebacker or something and hit somebody in the mouth. And there's a different mentality to that. And when you take a kid that, maybe he's one of your better athletes and you throw him across the other side of the ball, maybe he don't have the fire to tackle somebody that the same drive that he does to score a touchdown, And so maybe he plays a little harder on one side of the ball than the other. And I did notice that. He played a lot harder offensively than he did defensively. And, maybe that's the way it would. I mean, when you line down an offensive guard, was it different playing a guard or a tackle as opposed to going across the defensive side of the ball and, trying to kill somebody?
Most definitely, because when you're playing on the offensive line, your job's to block somebody, and when you're on the defensive line, your job is not to get blocked. Pretty much, you got to go hit the guy. So it's a big difference. It's just a big difference.
Oh yeah, there's a huge difference in offense and defense. Now I used to love defense. Offensively, I enjoyed blocking and I played. I played out there at receiver, split end, and some flank or something. And you go in at tight end. I played tight end a lot late in the season, and man, I loved it because here I was 150 pounds, and these big tackles, I was blocking down. We run a lot of off tackle plays in the triple option, which is what we run, and I was getting the hammer on the hips of them big tackles, and I enjoyed it just because it was a challenge. And hey, I remember one game I had one tackle so mad he poked me in the eyes. And it's just a different mentality. You take a I guess I'd say I was defensive mentality, but you put him on offense, and I just played a little more intense on defense than I did offense, but I still enjoyed it once I got in there in the line, and
You reached in the huddle.
Hey, man. Reno Bun, man. You remember me? I was in there, man. I called you boys last week. Shoot, man, I'm sitting here. Hang on a minute, man. I'm itching to death, man. I got this hair all over me, man. I just got out the barber chair down there at Todd's Hair Design, man. I had to go in there and get this mullet straightened up, man. Got the flat top and the mullet. Hey, man, best place in town to get your mullet circumcised, man. I had hair hanging down my eyes, on my eyeball, and had to get that took care of. And, man, old Don is the place to go. Don's Hair Design, Todd's Hair Design out there, 683-6012. Make you guys an appointment. Hey, I tell you what you do. You call ahead, you tell him what kind of whiskey you like. He'll have it on tap, and I tell you what, you can also go down there and tell him what flick you want to watch, man. He's got a 13-inch low-definition TV with the VHS, man. He's got them cassette tapes he can throw in there. Any movie you want to watch from, like, the 80s on, like all the Rambos and stuff like that. And, hey, man, the place to go get a haircut, Todd's Hair Design, out there at go out to Georgia, where your factories are, 683-6012. Call ahead. He'll do your hair for proms, your wedding, maybe getting married. Don't do it, but he can get you a haircut for it. He'll fix you up. I went to a Squire dance here a few weeks ago, man, and he can fix you up and give me a brand new flat top. And I'm talking flattest flat top around, man. I tell you what, the flies will be able, they'll treat it like a landing strip, man. And just go down there, Todd's Hair Design, 683-6012, and call ahead. I'm going to let you boys get back to it, man. I'll call you back.
All right, Paul, what do you think about Reno Bun pushing Todd's Hair Design down there? You ever go down to Don Todd and get your hair cut?
Yeah, I've been down there many times. He gave me a real good haircut.
Did you ever get the flat top?
Yeah, I got the flat top, man, my hair didn't grow back for 2 months.
That might not be good advertising. I tell you what, I got my hair cut at Todd's Hair Design. It's still, I'm still pretty bald. I think that's just old age. So when you got your flat top, did you have the flattest flat top in town?
Yeah, I had the flattest flat top in town, and I didn't have to comb my hair very much, and that's the way I like it.
I ain't had to buy a comb in years, buddy. Let's get back to talking some more goals. Did you ever get a chance to play in the secondary with your speed? I know you've got this breakaway speed.
No, I never played no secondary. I was always nose guard and offensive guard, and that's about where they stuck me.
Well, playing nose guard, you have any big highlights other than falling through the signs? You know.
Well,
in practice, did you take somebody's helmet off? I mean.
Well, playing nose guard, about my only highlights was getting through the line and tripping over the center and coming up just a little bit short of making a sack or making a tackle.
So like,
I was so close to getting 3 or 4 of them, but I'd always trip over somebody's feet and come up just a little bit short.
Wasn't your own? Would you trip over your own?
Well, it could have been. All I know is I tripped on my way to them and come up just a little bit short. But I was always putting up the effort. I just come up a little bit short. But
like you put out that roadie effort, huh?
Yeah, and from what we've seen on film, they're 2 best defensive players. Now that might change Friday night. Some of the other ones might step up, but from what we've seen when we watched, number 59 and number 60, we've got to block these 2 guys because these guys are putting out an A1 effort.
That's right. 59 plays linebacker, a middle linebacker, and he's a pretty good one. I think if we can block him, we can take him. And you know, it all goes back to the simplest form of football. And when you come down to it, football has always been as simple as blocking and tackling. If you can block and tackle, you can win football games. And you don't learn to block and tackle on Friday night. You learn it during practice. You know, that's where you learn to block and tackle. And, you know, we still, going back to the Trousdale game, we still had a lot of penalties, unnecessary penalties, offsides and illegal motion, stuff like that cost you 5 yards. And like I said, against a team like Hartsville, it will cost you, as opposed to somebody like Salina that we played.
But we was fortunate, though, that it didn't come back and haunt us. It didn't cost us.
We worked our way out of a lot of it. And we found ourselves several times in a 3rd and 1, even 4th and 1. And, you know, sometimes I hate to... You get in a pattern of doing things, and I hate to, what I call, I ain't going to say it's a wasted timeout, but I hate to use up all the timeouts early. And sometimes when you're trying to draw them off sides, one of the greatest plays we had, all right, we called it, it was a simply designed play, a quarterback sneak with no count, okay? And what I mean is, we go up to the line, and when the center snaps the ball, we go. The quarterback never opens his mouth, never does nothing. Right? Go up there and hit them quick. And you know, I was thinking about maybe a good strategy of this. Right?
Is that even legal that the quarterback can go up there without a hook?
Hey, you're going on the snap regardless. You don't have to say anything as far as I know.
And that really
rules really change.
And that really throws teams off if you go up there with a quiet count and just snap the ball.
That's right. Just go up there and snap the ball and go. And here's my thinking on it. I was thinking about this a lot last week and thinking it would be a good time for something like this. And if you get in a pattern, okay, and, you know, on 3rd and short, we're going to try to draw them off sides. If it doesn't work, we're calling timeout. All right? If you do that enough, teams expect it. They say, hey, look, don't jump. They're going to call timeout or whatever. So don't jump. So and then just snap the ball.
So instead of maybe trying to draw them off sides, maybe we could come up with a play like you said. Just get up there with a silent hook and not even, and the quarterback never says a word, and just snap the ball and run.
Just snap the ball and go. And they'll, you know, they're going to say, hey, we're watching the ball. So naturally they're already on their heels. So just hit them in the mouth. And you know, I don't think it's got a lot to do. I think it has more to do with that the other night, as like you were saying, the field position battle. It's 4th and 1, and I have all the confidence in our world that our offense can get 1 yard with our backfield and our big line. We've been.
But I think the reason they punted is because the defense was playing so well, and they wanted to back them up.
Exactly.
Which I can't say I blame the call. I mean, if you're on your own 45-yard line and you punt them back to about their 25, then I think that's the best move to do. Just kick them back.
I agree with you 100% on that. The way our defense was playing, even toward the end of the game, we weren't afraid to turn that ball over and give it back to them because our defense was playing perfect.
Right.
And, at that point, Hartsville shot themselves in the foot. 2 penalties, unnecessary, and, hey, they're back on the 2.5-yard line.
But let's talk to Coach Scott Clemens and see if we can't kind of campaign and get that play in. We're going with a silent count. We're not the quarterback's going to keep his mouth shut, and we're going to snap the ball and run with it.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's broke the news to you yet, buddy, but.
That might not be a bad play.
Scott does sit up in the booth and watch. He's no longer on the field coaching.
But Scott can scout it down to the Goolsby man and tell him, let's go with a quiet count and just snap the ball and run with it.
You think he's got the connections, huh? Coach Clem's got the connections.
He does.
Play dialed up.
He does, and it'll work.
What we gonna call it?
Let's call it the quiet snap or the quiet draw.
the silent draw.
Yeah, we'll just call it the silent draw play.
We always did it from under center, and it makes a lot of sense.
But what about the silent sneak?
To go under center and do it, because actually the quarterback will take and tap the little center on the button. He knows to snap it when he's ready, because obviously they both have to be ready.
Well, whoever runs it, we'll call it the silent draw.
That would be a killer play to dial up at some point. It's just, hey, no count. We're gonna line up, get lined down,
and you're gonna keep your mouth shut. You ain't gonna give them no heads up. And if they're not ready, then we can go for a 20-yard run or maybe even touchdown.
That's right. Just all we need is a first down in that situation. If we got a yard to go, hey, I think it's a killer play.
We'll call it the silent draw.
That's right. We'll call it something. Our quarterback ain't really built for the quarterback sneak. He's more of a shotgun, sit back there tall.
All right,
not really a scrambling quarterback.
All right, I think what we'll do on this play is we'll just put Braxton in the quarterback position and go with the silent draw and have a single wing.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when you catch them off guard like that, I mean they have to be ready. And of course, on 3rd and 1, you're listening for the snap count, and
if you don't give them nothing to listen to, then
they're naturally going to be on their heels, is what I'm saying.
Because so maybe on one drive we might set our silent draw play up with maybe try to draw them off sides play, and then call a timeout, and then get up there and act like we're going to do it again, and when we get them on their heels, bring that silent draw at them.
There you go. Hey, the silent draw would probably work.
Yeah.
Another aspect to that, though, when you're playing a good team like Hartsville, it's almost risky to do that because they're prepared for anything if they're well coached. You play some of the lesser teams, and of course you could get away with it a lot easier than you can a real good team. And
you've reached in the huddle.
Hey, man, Reno again, man. Shoot, man, I got this new haircut, man. I was just out about in town, man. Some old gal done pulled me over, man. Done talking about she wanting a date and all, man. I don't know how I'm going to tell my wife about this. But shoot, man, it make you look good. But I tell you what really did it, man, I'm trying to figure out whether it was a haircut or these new muscles I got, man, from AG Strength Barn. I tell you what got me started on it, man. My old lady been complaining a little bit, okay? She's complaining about my performance in the bedroom. And, I didn't have the stamina I did when I was a young bull, man. I'm getting old. And, hey, my old lady bought me a prescription for AG Strength Barn, man. And you go down there and you just pump iron for about an hour or two and just get pumped up. You can holler, do whatever you want, man. And, getting it, I do some squat thrusts and stuff like that, man, and it's just awesome. These new muscles I'm getting, man. You just can't get that with a hammer and nail on your day job, man. You got to get out there and just pump it up, man. And I tell you what, you gonna call down there and ask for Scott, man. He's a big dude, man. He's a little bit smaller than I am, man, but his pecs might be a little bigger. Just call 735-0044, man. Ask for Scott. He can fix you up, man. hey, he looks like a white Incredible Hulk, man. If you ever, like, when somebody gets mad, they turn white instead of green like the Incredible Hulk does, man. And it's just, it's just like a barn, man. You just go in there in the barn, man. You have to leave the door open if you want to, man. They got all kind of stuff in there to do, man. You can throw tires or just drag them around, man. Last time I had to fool with the tire, man. I was on the side of the road and didn't like it. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I've been going to AG Strength Bar, man, because I didn't even need a jack, man. I was like the human bumper jack, man. Just reach down and pick it up while the old lady just put the lug nuts back on for me. And hey, just give them a call, man. 735-0044. Get your young bull strength back, man. That's all you need, man. Don't take long. Take a couple hours a day, man. Fix you right up. And hey, I'm gonna call you back, man. I'm getting a call on another line.
That was Reno once again calling in. I think he's getting another call. Maybe his granny calling him back. Pushing AG Strength Bar. Got them new muscles. Paul, where did you get your muscles? Was it from AG Strength Bar?
It was. I went down. I went down to the AG Strength Barn and down there with the boys, Brandon Payne and Nathan Grissom and Scott Agee and Trey Tibble and I tell you what, I done me some crunches and I done me some push-ups and I done some lat pulls and they got the bench press and they got the squats and I done the whole 9 yards and man, I'm buffed up like a machine.
Yeah, it looks like he might give you some advice on to beef up. I always heard this: to beef up, you had to be a big guy to begin with to turn it into muscle. Is that the process you're in now, just getting big so that you can turn it into muscle later?
Yeah, I believe that's the process.
That's the process you're on right now, the beefing up process. You got to be a beefcake before you can be a beefcake.
That's right. You got to eat some beef.
All right, man. Well, hey, let's move forward and talk some more football.
All right.
But hey, I think looking forward, Paul, even just say a little past Friday night, we got homecoming coming up, and that's one of the games we looked at the standings in here for the region the other night. We were going over them
and that could be a bad thing too, having homecoming coming up next week, because we could be kind of in the same situation that Charleston was. It could be kind of what you call the trap game. So we got to be careful and go down there and take care of business and avoid the trap game.
Yeah, I mean, when you got homecoming, you got a lot of things going on. Kids going here for a picture, going there for a picture, and doing this and doing that, and they get caught up in all that, and then they're not prepared to play football
against their next opponent, which happens to be Joe Byrne.
Middle Tennessee Christian on homecoming is going to be a risky game, but hey, just looking down the road, if we can win, we sat down and drew this out. Now that we've beat Hartsville, okay, if we could play as hard as we did against Trousdale
and go get the win against Burns,
we could handle. Yeah, we have to. You got to take it one game at a time.
Right, and that's what I was fixing to say. One game at a time.
Throwing a scenario out here. If you, let's just say, take for example, we go to Middle Tennessee Christian comes in here and we beat them. We play good football, and I think we can. We're capable of that.
Right.
Even in Nashville Christian. I still think we're capable of beating anybody we play. If we play with the intensity and defensive drive that we did the other night, I think we can beat anybody that steps on the field with us in our region.
But now our pass defense is going to have to get better, because some of these teams we're going to play are going to line up and throw the ball at us.
Tennessee Christian's going to throw the football.
They're going to throw the football, and we got to get our pass defense probably a little bit better.
Joe Burns had a tall kid that could catch. I think it was number 1. And the Washer kid, he had 2 interceptions the other night. Jay had, 2? He's got 2 so far, maybe 3 this season. I mean, he's Vaden Justin's actually playing good ball, knocking a lot of balls away, and just good coverage. And most of the time,
and even what's that?
I mean, I think we played excellent in the secondary. You look at even the kid from Carthage. The quarterback getting loose. When you've got everybody covered, he's got no choice but to take off running. And that hurt us, but
what's that one kid's name? That's number 16.
For Gordon?
Dylan Askew, yeah. Even Dylan Askew's playing some tough ball.
Hey, he's been playing tough. All them kids that I can say Friday night they were on point. They were bird dogging. And, I think maybe sometimes a team that goes out there through the week and they're fighting and punching each other and just getting into each other, I think that makes you a stronger team on Friday night. And this week I've been, I've caught the tail end of some practices, and I've seen some good little little fights going on out there. Have they had a good week of practice, and are they out there? They were excited,
putting in the work.
Oh yeah, they're putting in the work. They were excited this evening. You could tell. I think they're ready to go to Joe Burns. So they'd leave tonight if you'd let them. But hey, when you really look at the big picture of things, I think Gordonsville's got a shot for. Last year we didn't
make the
playoffs. I think this year
we're going to make
just that win against Hartsville has opened up so many avenues of possibilities to get to the playoffs. You take that Trousdale County team; they're good enough, in my opinion, to go beat a Middle Tennessee Christian or a Nashville Christian. And if that happens, then that gives us another leg up. That helps us out. And I think in the long run, I think we got a good shot at just making a good playoff run. I don't want to talk about stuff too early, but yeah. Hey, it's good to set your goals, and that's what somebody come in and spoke with them here a while back, setting goals. And if you go ahead and recognize that, hey, we do have a shot at this, let's put our efforts toward doing that and accomplishing that goal. And everybody said, well, you don't talk about the playoffs till you make the playoffs. The whole goal from the time you put the pads on in the summer, the whole goal is to make the playoffs first, and then once you make the playoffs, your goal is to win a state championship, because that's what the ultimate goal is. Every team wants to win a state championship, and if that ain't your goal, then I think you and I need to have a conversation about and change goals. I just want to win every football game, and I hate to lose. You can ask my wife.
Me too. I do not like to lose.
Wife. We were playing checkers at Cracker Barrel, and it's the first time I'd ever really challenged my wife to a game of checkers, and I didn't realize how good she was at the game of checkers. If you want to play her, I'll go and we can set this up and set up a little bet, and I'll bet 5 she can beat you at checkers. 4 out of 5 times she's gonna beat you at checkers. But she had me so mad in Cracker Barrel, I almost launched them big, they got the big circles where you king me. I almost kinged the guy sitting in the corner of the room over there just enjoying his breakfast because I was so mad.
So she wound up beating you.
She beat me like I never beat her. I beat her like I've never beaten her at checkers my entire life. And my goal, my goal in life was to beat her at checkers. But now, I've determined it's better for our relationship if I just leave the checkers alone. I'm not even going to play her at checkers anymore. She's just that good.
That's about like you.
But there's a lot of things she can't.
It's about like you at pool.
Give up.
I've only beat this man over here like one time out of the last 13 times we played pool. But so he's had my number overall. But
you've learned something playing pool every time we've played, though, right? That's what it's about, learning.
Yeah, I've learned adversity kind of sucks.
Yeah, when you lose, you learn, and that's how I learned to play pool. Was when I lost, I paid attention to how I got beat, and you look back at the Watertown and Trousdale County, or not Trousdale County, but Smith County, they beat us. Whoop-de-doo.
And like he just said, you got to look back and you got to learn why you got beat and try to avoid it next game.
That's right. Well, Paul, in closing, are you ready to pack up the van and head to Joe Burns? Where are we going? You said it earlier.
We're going up to Cedar Hill, where there's all kind of cedar trees. And
I tried to remind Paul here. He said we were looking for Cedar Hill on the map, and I tried to inform him that every hill in the state of Tennessee got cedar on it. So
yeah.
How are we going to say?
Yeah, how are we going to determine this cedar tree from all the other thousands of cedar trees?
That's right. So
I guess it's the one that's got the football field behind it. And I guess in closing, if we beat them, then I guess we can just go take us a nap under the Cedar Hill tree.
Yeah. It'll be a long ride back to Gordonsville, but hey,
if we're coming out of winter, it'll be well worth every second of it.
If you've ever ridden with me to a ball game, and my wife, she hates this more than anything.
Well, I hadn't rode with you on the long road trip, so this is going to be a first.
I never get a map. I just take off in the direction I know this place is at, and try to look for somebody with Smith County tags that I can follow.
Well, that sounds about like my dad. He don't take no GPS. He just says, I just know where I'm going. I'll find the danger.
I tried,
and if I don't, I'll find directions.
I tried to follow a car here a few weeks ago. We went to Salina, and it's been years since I've been in their field. And of course, I'm just driving along, follow this car, and it wasn't long. I look up and I realized, hey, this guy in front of me is lost. You know, so we were both lost. I'm following you, buddy. You know, but I'm not gonna mention any names, but I think it was Glenny. We was following him and his wife. And we kind of took a wrong turn. Actually, we just never turned. We just went straight.
And y'all eventually found the joint anyway, didn't you?
The best way to do it is to just look for lights. You know, you just wait till it gets dark and look for lights. That's what I always do. Now, that's hard to do at Red Bull, and you can't see the lights up on the, you know, kind of tucked up on the hillside in the trees, but.
Well, anyway, it sounds like we're gonna have a ball Friday night because it just sounds like we're gonna have a ball because we might get lost, but if we do, we'll circle around and go for the donuts.
That's right. Hey, we're gonna have a big time, and we hope to see everybody in Joe Burns and Paul Martin's.